Alright, so if you clicked on this video, you're probably thinking about joining a collective. Being in a collective definitely has a lot of positives, but also a decent amount of negatives, so we're going to go through it and see if that is the right decision for you. Also, before this video starts, if you want to go up in the underground, I have a private server. There's hours and hours of content in there. I respond to DMs one-on-one in there. I'm also speedrunning the underground and documenting every single move that I make in that server, so hey, I mean, it's a pretty nice place to be, I'm not going to lie. The first pro of being in a collective, and arguably the biggest pro, is you are surrounded by people that want it really bad, bro. Like, of course, this is assuming that you're in a collective that wants to grind it the fuck out and be on stage and do all the cool shit. So being around those people is a huge positive, and it makes it harder to procrastinate and overthink and just slow down, because if everybody else around you is fucking on go 24/7, you're going to try your best to be as well. And of course, you can achieve this without being in a collective, but I don't know, man, like having a brand, having a name to a bunch of people, having merch that, you know, hits a bunch of people at once, it's just something different, right? It's a whole on brand, you know what I'm saying? The next pro is if you're in a group, everybody's doing promo towards the same thing, basically. If you're solo, you might only have one person really doing the marketing, and that's probably you, I'm not going to lie. But if you're in a collective, you have a bunch of people, maybe like 5-6 people. And you know, like I said before, all those people are grinding towards the same exact thing and everybody benefits from it. That's one of the biggest pros, is that everybody benefits from it. You're also going to get real feedback from the people around you because it represents more than just you. A lot of the best groups in music started off as very, very tight-knit collectives, and you know, that is something that is very notable to this video. The last pro that I think is worth touching on is financials, because let's be real, you're gonna have to spend money at some point in your music journey, right? At least if you're trying to take it serious. Like, you can get by without really paying shit if it's just like a hobby, which that is fine, bro. Like, music is fun. But if it gets to the point where you gotta go on, you know, a small tour maybe, get real music videos done, and get real studio time, that shit adds up, you know what I mean? Alright, so by now, you might be thinking, what are the downsides? What could possibly change my mind about joining a collective? This shit sounds awesome. But hey, let's go. The first negative we have here is different visions between members. As much as people say you are the people that you hang around, that doesn't mean that you are them. People have different visions, people have different goals, different work ethics, priorities, etc., etc. People want different things, people want different sounds. It is extremely hard to find a few people that want the exact same thing as you. A few minutes ago, I talked about how one of the pros could be financials, but it could also be a huge fucking downside, bro. A lot of people think that you shouldn't do business with your friends, and this is exactly what you are doing if you are in a collective, and you know, you should be friends with these people. I guess my advice here is make sure that you have the revenue split set up pretty well before you really go for it. You know, get the splits all checked out, make sure everything is chill, and hopefully it'll be good. Another downside is being overshadowed by this collective / brand than your own music. You could potentially be boxed into a sound that you really don't like anymore just because that's what the group makes. There are some people that can get past this though. Like, there are some collectives where people in it do have different sounds, but at the same time, if somebody wants to truly change everything about their sound, their imagery, just everything, they do usually leave the group and pursue it all solo. The next downside is slow decision making. This is really like a late game downside. Like, if you're kind of in the beginning of, you know, working with these people and this music journey, this really isn't that big of a deal. But once you get some real motion, music video shoots become a thing, shows become a thing, it gets pretty rough, you know, because a lot of people can't dedicate their entire life to music. You know, people have jobs, people go to school, they're in college. Shit gets real, you know, trying to plan shit. So yeah, especially whenever you're trying to get like 5 people in the same exact place at the same time. The last negative is pretty fucking brutal. Opportunities will not be the same in a collective. Now, I'm not saying this is bound to happen or this is going to happen 100%, but usually in a group like this, 1 or 2 people really blow up. They have that hit song that pops the fuck off on social media. They have that beat placement that just pops off. Somebody edits a music video for somebody way bigger, and it might take a few years for the other people in the group to see that same success. I really do think the moral to all this is that doing business with your friends is great, but it could also cause a lot of negative stuff to happen. I think I said that was the last thing, but this is actually the last thing right here. When you're in a collective, you are basically co-signing everything that the other people in the group do. If somebody does something fucked up, if somebody disses somebody, you may lose opportunities, even though you're just in the crossfire. Alright, so look, an underground rap collective works best whenever there's mutual respect, there's constant communication, long-term goals are clear, and everybody is open. If you're someone who thrives on collaboration, a collective can be very beneficial and extremely powerful. But if you want to be independent, then maybe a collective isn't for you. It really just depends on what you want and the type of person that you are. Alright guys, I had fun making this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.